Namaste to all of you. My name is Sundar Balakrishnan. This video is going to be on the new year that we are going to celebrate on April 15th. This coincides with the entry of the sun from the sign Pisces to the sign Aries, which is known as Mesha Sankranti. Sankranti is nothing but in English it is known as ingress, or the entry of sun from one sign to the another. And as we are discussing, this is the entry of sun into the sign Aries from the sign Pisces. You will see in my video ahead, I will be displaying with the chart horoscope of the sun's ingress into the sign Aries. Actually, the sun enters into the sign Aries on April 14th, that is at 9:32 a.m. And based on this, the festival is celebrated, which is known as Vishukani. But since the sun enters after the sunrise of the April 14th, the Vishukani is celebrated on April 15th. And this Vishukani, friends, is actually a very well-known and highly celebrated festival in Kerala, and it is actually considered as a Malayalam New Year. And this marks the first day of Chingam, that is the Mesha Masam or Meda Masam, what we call. And in the Malabar area of the south, this is considered as a astrological new year. And in Vishukani, what happens is on the previous day, that is on April 5th, April 14th, on the night, the in all the South Indian family, you can see behind there are these fruits, vegetables, money, and all these things are kept. And there is also a mirror that is kept behind, in the front, sorry. And in the morning when they get up, they close their eyes and they come in front of all these things that is kept, and in the front of the mirror they show their face and pray to the Lord for a wonderful year ahead. And on this day, what happens is the elderly person in the family gives some token money or the pocket money to the small children, and this is known as Vishukai Nitam. That means giving money to the small children at home, youngsters at home. And apart from that, what happens is on this day, all these South Indian families, they go to the nearby temples and celebrate the festival. And they also have a very big lunch, and it is known as Sadhya. And there are two things which are very important in the lunch, and that is Vepambu Rasam. This is made of a neem. And apart from this, there is a Mambar Pachadi, which is made out of a sour mango, and people celebrate this on April 15th. So we have seen this the festival of Vishukani, and as I told you that apart from celebration of this festival, the chart which is taken for the Aries ingress, that is the sun's ingress to the sign Aries here, you can see the sun entered in the sign Aries on 14th of April, that is tomorrow. I am now discussing on 13th. So on 14th of April 2026 at 9:32 a.m. As per Drik Panchang, you should remember there are two types of Panchangs, okay? So as per Drik Panchang, at 9:32 a.m. in the morning, and this is taken for the Delhi because this chart will be used for predicting the events for the next quarter, that is up to July 14th or 15th, when the sun moves into the sign Cancer. And based on this, we predict a lot of events for the coming 3 months. And as per the Vakya Pancham, it is said that the sun moves into the sign Aries at 8:41 a.m. Now, I have said, friends, that for these astronomical events of a change of planets from one sign to the another, you should always use Drik Panchang and not the Vakya Panchang. Now coming back to this particular chart, I said this is very important chart for the mundane astrologers. The sign that is rising when the sun enters into the sign Aries is the sign Gemini at 0 degrees. We can see the 10th house as two malefics, that is Saturn and Mars, and along with that there is Mercury also. Now Mercury, friends, when it conjoins or is conjunct with the other malefics, Mercury also turns into a malefic and it joins with the other two malefics, So we can say that the 10th house in the in mundane astrology signifies the government. So we can expect a lot of changes in the government. There can be a lot of trouble that government will go through in managing the issues, and there will be some sort of a we can say that there can be some death that can happen to some senior leaders. There can be some changes in the government that can happen. Now if you ask me when is this going to happen, I think this can happen from April 14th, that is entry of the sun into the ingress, up to say July 14th or 15th of 2026. That is when sun enters the sign Cancer. And why I am saying this is because the Saturn and Mars. Saturn is the lord of the 6th house, which is a malefic house for in astrology, and Saturn is the lord of the 8th house. So when lord of the 8th house and the 6th house conjoins in any particular house, it creates a trouble with respect to that house. And you will also see that there is an exchange of planet between Jupiter and Mercury. Jupiter is sitting in the sign of Gemini, whose lord Mercury is sitting in the sign of Pisces. So there is an exchange here. So the exchange is between the first house and the 10th house. When there is an exchange between first and the 10th house, it is said that there can be changes that you can expect within the government, ministerial changes, or whatever that is. No, you can very well witness that there is a change that is happening in the Bihar government because of a shift of Nitish Kumar from the state to the center. And I am told on April 15th, BJP CM is going to take over the state government in Bihar. Now, friends, that is also seen. Before that, I just want to make a point that Vishu Kani, which I was talking of, is going to be celebrated on 15th of April as the sun moves into the sign Aries from at 9:32 a.m., which is after the sunrise. Normally, all festivals are celebrated when the event takes place before the sunrise or exactly at the time of the sunrise. So that point I just wanted to make here. And when we come to the Bihar chart, that is Bihar, this is the Bihar chart. Bihar also, we can see the same sign is rising, that is Gemini sign. So all those that I've said of for Delhi, that is for a nation as a whole, is applicable to Bihar also. So we can say that there is also a change which is going to happen on April 15th. That is change of government from the JDU controlled government to a BJP controlled government. So BJP, one of the leaders from BJP is going to take over the reins of state, that is Bihar state, and it is going to be a BJP government from now on. And friends, there are elections also going to happen in the other state and Kerala. And Kerala, you can see when the sun enters to the sign Aries, the sign that is rising as far as Kerala is concerned, because I have taken Thiruvananthapuram as the latitude and longitude, and there the sign Taurus is rising, and there we can see that 10th house lord, which signifies government, there we have Moon and Rahu, and it is aspected by Jupiter there. So Jupiter's aspect is considered benefic, and the 10th house lord Saturn is there in the 11th house, and it is with the 7th house and the 12th house Lord Mars, and it is also with the 2nd and the 5th house Lord Mercury. And here also, as I said earlier, it is the same chart, only thing is the ascendant is changing. So Jupiter and Mercury is exchanged here, and based on this I would say that fairly the existing government itself will repeat according to me, but this is only based on the ingress chart. I do not have the leaders chart to come to a final conclusion, but this shows that the existing government itself will continue in Kerala. That is what is my prediction for Kerala. Now, when it comes to Tamil Nadu, this is another chart which is in front of you. Here also the sign that is rising is Taurus, and we can the same kind of a chart that is getting repeated, similar to Kerala here. So I would say that here too there could be the same DMK government continuing after the elections. And with respect to the Tamil Nadu government, I have already released two videos. One is on the chart of Stalin, and another is on the chart of actor Vijay. And in the same video where I have discussed about Stalin, in the same video I have discussed about the chart of EPS also, and there I have given my prediction. You can, if you are interested, you can go through that chart too. Now the final is where all people are interested, is about the West Bengal. In the West Bengal, we can see the sign rising is Gemini here, and we can see that there is an exchange as similar to the nation chart that is based on Delhi. We can see that there can be some sort of a trouble for Mamta here, because the 10th house signifies the existing government. So Saturn and Mars are there along with Mercury here. So when there are two malefics in the 10th house, there can be some sort of a surprise for Mamta. If not, she may be getting a clear majority. She may miss, as compared to the earlier number of seats that she got in the previous elections. Her tally might go considerably lower. But who is going to form the government? Here again, I will not be able to tell you, because I don't have the authentic charts of Mamta Banerjee, nor the leader of the opposition party, that is of BJP. So based on only this chart, I would say that Mamta is going to certainly face some setback. But whether she'll be forming the government or not, I will not be able to say. But certainly the number of seats that she'll be able to garner is going to be much lesser than the previous elections, is what I can predict based on the Aries ingress chart for the West Bengal. I think you would have liked this video. If you have liked this video, I request you to subscribe to my channel and circulate this video, and not only this video, other videos that you have liked in my YouTube channel amongst your friends and relatives. And with this, I thank all of you. Thank you so much. Bye.